Hey guys, what is up? Coming back with another trade review. I know it's been a little while since I've done my last review video, and some people had messaged me and asked where the next ones were. I've had some things going on, other businesses I've been working on, and unfortunately YouTube kind of got pushed to the side. But I'm back now, catching up, and I will go through my trade that I took today. I had a couple on my watch list. One in particular, I was looking at CHWY for a breakdown. What I didn't like, or I'll go into what I liked about this first. So I'm looking at the larger time frame on CHWY, and I still use TradingView for my analysis. Just find it easier than using DOS primarily for execution. Will consider using TradingView in the future, possibly swing trading. But what I liked about this is the monthly ranges. So I've been using a lot more of the monthly and a little bit too big, monthly and weekly levels. I have a lot more success when I break down, I've gone over this in my other videos where I'm looking at larger time frame in relation to current price, as well as where are we sitting where are we sitting in relation to price? Where are we sitting in relation to what do we look like on the daily? Where are we in the moving averages? But one of the biggest changes that I made, most notably, was, and you can see it on my chart, they're naked charts. And I just find it less confusing. There's a lot less noise, and I'm strictly trading price action, support, resistance, and I will break down the daily. I have added, this is new, this is volume delta. It's a new indicator from TradingView. I'm not really incorporating that yet. I'm just kind of seeing if I can find anything that I like with this. But again, I'll look at the 4 hour. What are we doing on the 4 hour? 4 hour, are we in a bearish trend? Are we stuck in a range? Are we in a bullish trend? So starting with CHWY, I'm looking at the daily, and we were extended slightly, and I know that we needed a pullback, but I was looking to come underneath this level, which is 53.50, and break down to 52.50. So I was looking for a dollar move. ATR on this is $1.72. So I was trying to catch a piece of the move here, a roughly 80% ATR. What I didn't like though was this big bullish candle, and you have this engulfing candle here on the hourly. So I was really aware of this, paying close attention, but I was also pairing it with the order book. If I see any orders below this level, or any large orders where it'll come back and pick this up and shoot up, I will consider it. Otherwise, one of the other determining factors is spread. So this morning on CHWY, there was a 15-cent spread. And generally speaking, on stocks that are, $20, $30, $40, $50, 10-15 cent spread is just too wide for me, so it kind of skews my risk to reward. You can expect that on some larger stocks, $200 range plus. I just didn't want to take the risk, so I did watch this. Unfortunately, it didn't materialize into anything. It popped up above my level that I was looking at, so I ignored that. And I do use my trade idea scanner, and what came up was CHWY. And I also trade parabolic reversals, or 5-minute reversals, or reversals just kind of into liquidity back down to any key support levels on the smaller time frame and or larger time frame, looking at things like this. Are we seeing any double tops, previous day close, which is here, previous day high, pre-market high, low, and I'm just looking at how price reacts at those levels. What I liked about CHWY was we had multiple consecutive candles up, big volume, forming a huge wick at the top here. Now, if I pair that with, let me pull this off. If I pair this with the order book, which I have here, I had on the order book a huge order at the $23 level. I didn't see any news on it. Obviously, there was no earnings or anything. And so I watched to see how price would react around that $23 level, and it rejected hard. We didn't have huge volume, slightly above average, but I like the way it was in relation to the 9-moving average VWAP, and so I took a short on it with a rather tight stop. Let me pull up the 1 minute. So I drew this range around it here, and you can see how it constantly, and this was very quick. This happens, you know, you can see these are this is a 2-minute candle, but it happened just within a few minutes here. So it came back into this range where it sold off heavily from the $23 level, retest, retest down. Then it finally broke down. What I didn't like was the games that they play on the order book, and I should know better, but I pulled a little bit off here. My target was, this was my target, it was 2250. There was a level on the 15-minute chart that I was looking at, which was ultimately my final target. And some of these stocks that go parabolic, or they have, you know, either it's a short cover or a rally like this, the price movement's extremely violent. So if you're watching this on a 1-minute bar, which typically I do for entry and exit, it can kind of spook you out. And as well as if you pair it with the order book, you can see whether it's the algos or, you know, whatever it is on here, you can see them putting orders, pulling, adding, pulling, and I just didn't like the way the price action looked, and so I took half off here, which was a it doesn't look like a huge move, but my stop was rather tight, so we're looking at roughly 20-cent stop. So I am at 1R here, and I was looking to hit, like I said, on the 15-minute level. Let me pull this up on TradingView. So I was looking to come back down to this 22.25 level, and that would have been my final target. What I'm looking for, like I said, again, is how price reacts at these levels. Does it hold? Does it pierce? Does it break through? Does it continue down? What kind of volume do we have around it? Where are we in relation to price action? Where are we in relation to ATR? And kind of what is the market doing as a whole? But for the most part, I'm looking at all of these individual stocks as their own market or their own entity. I try not to pay too much attention to anything else because it's just information overload. So that was my one and only trade today, working on just kind of calling it a day when I know mentally I'm not there. This really, you know, believe it or not, for those of you who have not been trading that long, it sucks the life out of you. And, you know, when you're sitting here looking at this, you've got a substantial risk on, potential for loss, and, you know, depending on what you've done, where you are for the month, what you've done previous days, what's your psychology like, it can really take a toll on you. And then, you know, once you start to understand and know where you are at your fatigue levels, you just, you know, you're toast. You call it a day, because any trade moving forward, I know that I'm not there 100% mentally, and it's just a recipe for disaster, and it also destroys your trader psychology. So I called it a day shortly after this, and it is just the one trade for me today, and that is a reversal on CHWY. I still have one spot left. I just filled that one yesterday. I have one spot left for one-on-one mentoring if anybody's interested. And my Discord is still open as well, zprotrader.com. All the information is there. I hope that everybody had a great trading day, and I will see you soon.